So we need to balance some things out with some SRM, some short-range missile tactica. And in exploring this weapon delivery system in the Battletech narrative, in the Battletech universe. Now, of course, across all spectrums of mechs, different tonnage, different classifications, light, mediums, and heavies, you see a variety with short-range missile packs. But as I've been reflecting tactica-wise, for the most part, and this has just been kind of my experience. Of course, I'm going to turn it over to my fellow mech warriors here in the comments and see. I feel like SRM packs are underutilized in Battletech based on their nature. And what I mean by that is they are essentially the short-range missiles, they are a short-range punch. And they don't do a tremendous amount of damage, whether it's a 2, 4, or 6-pack, even if you roll legendary. But that combined with the range, combined with the fact that the mechs that do carry them also carry medium lasers and other long-range stuff, I feel like for the most part, Battletech, you start out at long ranges, you get to kind of a medium range. At some point, you will close to a short or point-blank range. But based on the nature of the game, the other weapons are going to get more use. They cause more damage just because they are more in use. And the SRMs will get less use because when they come into play and they have optimal range, then you're going to use them. But tactically, we want to make sure we understand all of the weapon systems in Battletech, LRMs, PPCs, lasers, machine guns, flamers, SRMs, everything, physical attacks, improvised weapons, all of that stuff. Because not only do we want to be aware of it as a player, but if a tactica presents itself on the tabletop and you get to see that, we need to take advantage of it. We need to be aware of it. Now, there are a few machines that pack the SRMs. The Javelin. The Javelin? Am I really spacing on that name? Yes. I mean, I play this mech regularly. I was going to say the Whitworth, but the Javelin, I'm having 2 SRM 6-packs, left torso, right torso, is an interesting kind of thug brawler type mech because even though it's a lighter end mech, you get up close, you use those SRM packs, a right punch, a left punch from that perspective. And it's got good speed for its tonnage. So there are some machines that are primarily focused on the SRM pack, and that's what you're going to look to deliver. Likewise, we've got the famous SRM carrier. You look at that thing, there's no armor on it whatsoever, and it's a ton of battle value. But then when you check the data sheet, when you check the tech ops, you look and realize, no, that's not a mistake. That's not a misprint. It literally fires off all those missiles. I mean, Atlas pilots are starting to worry. So are Warhammer pilots. Light mechs don't want to be anywhere near there. It's just absolute craziness. And of course, everything in between. But again, for the most part, we see these short-range missiles as close-up secondary type weapons for mechs, even on lights. Bug mechs with a medium laser and an SRM 2-pack. We're going to put aside different types of ammo for the moment because we're looking at the core rules. So I see SRM packs as ideally crit hunters or crit seekers. What a crit seeker is in Battletech, and we should talk about a tactica with this idea that if I fire usually, with the exception of missiles, both LRM and short-range missiles, if I fire one weapon, at best I get one hit. I've got a hit, I got to get the location, hopefully I get a location I want, but it's 1-to-1. Missiles have the ability to fork and hit multiple spots based on the spread, based on the rules that you're playing. So from that perspective, it's one versus potentially many. Crit seeking means that if I open up left torso armor on you and it goes to internals, yes, I want to cause damage, but the more weapons I fire, especially ones that might split location, what this means is I just have to hit you there. That's it. Damage is almost inconsequential. It's going to go to internals, roll for crit, confirm crit. Hopefully you don't have some ammo in there or something else taking up the slot that's mission critical. From that perspective, it's their ability to spread out at that close range. So that's one of the first areas that you see it. But I also see short-range missiles, especially the 4 and 6 packs, as light mech hunters, potentially. because light mechs, they don't have the armor whatsoever. Yes, they're using speed to keep them going. 2 points of damage to multiple locations quickly adds up. If I can tag you with a medium laser, or I can tag you with that in addition to short-range missile fire, that spread, you can't take 2, 3, 4 turns of taking, 2, 4, 6 points of damage in different places multiple times. There's just physically not enough armor to make that happen. So as a light mech, as you're doing whatever you have to do, whether it's recon or scouting or directly engaging, even if you're something like a Jenner, which is a great attack mech, you have to be aware who's got those short-range missiles. We're not even talking an SRM carrier. Who has those short-range missiles? Because to be able to take those multiple hits, it's really, really going to weaken you. It's really going to weaken you and blast you off. I also see that to a similar extent for medium mechs, where you can really start to threaten medium mechs, but you have to whittle them down and break them down. But using that perspective as almost SRM missiles as a finisher, when you've really beaten up the mech a little bit, it's taken some damage, you're moving in, and yes, absolutely, I still want to blast you with my PPC, hit you with my autocannon. I want to cause damage. But if there was that one internal spot, I just need to hit that. Could be machine gun, could be flamer washing over you, could be a single SRM missile punching in that one spot, in that one location, utilizing it from that perspective, whether it's on a dedicated mech or spread out as secondary or close-in weapons, which you certainly see on a lot of heavy and assault-type machines.